Good afternoon, Belgrade friends and family. Pastor Dan here on the porch of our new house with a few quick video announcement and reminders for this week. And I've got my helpers with us. Everybody say hi to the church.
Hi to the church.
Hi.
First, if you haven't already, be sure to check your email from this past Friday for the weekly church email. In that email, you're going to find a link to a survey that we'd like everybody to fill out. It only takes about 3 minutes or so, and what that is we're continuing to discern the process at Belgrade on how to resume our in-person Sunday gatherings. And this survey is how we're getting your input. So be sure to fill that out. Please be honest, but also be Christ-like in your responses, because we're people of truth, but we're also people of grace. So this survey is how we'd like to get your input. Please fill that out as soon as you can. Next, there's Ask Pastor Dan segment that we're going to be doing on Belgrade Online. And we'd love for you to submit your questions, get creative, get fun, serious, curious, anything goes. And I'm going to attempt to answer your questions in 3 minutes or less. So send those in to the church email, and you may get your question featured on Belgrade Online. Another announcement we have for you. Many of you saw our segment on Belgrade Online a couple weeks ago called Pew Pals, where we saw a quick greeting from some folks at church. And this is going to be a recurring segment on Belgrade Online. And I'm going to be continuing to be coming around and do video visits to catch up and see how you're doing and pray with you, and then capture a short video greeting for your church and family. So I'll be reaching out to a few of you each week, but here's the deal: if I missed reaching out to you, which does happen quite a bit because of my lack of attention to detail and getting to know our church system and everything, please feel free to email the church office, and I will contact you to set up a time to stop by and see how you're doing. So our final announcement today: a few of you have asked me, Dan, why are you talking so much about racism? And if you find yourself asking that question too, I'd like to invite you to our discussion group on Wednesday nights. It starts this Wednesday night. And as I've been showing from Scripture these past few weeks, racism is an age-old sin that affects us all. And if you're having a hard time seeing how that's a problem in today's world, or if you'd like to learn more about that, please log in and join us on Wednesdays starting this Wednesday. This Wednesday will be our first session discussing the book White Fragility, why it's so hard for white people to talk about racism, and helps us to understand this really complex issue. Like I said, this Wednesday is our first session for that. We're going to discuss, on this first session, we're going to be discussing the documentary 13th that hopefully most of you have watched by now. If you haven't, you can watch it on Netflix, or we'll include a link on YouTube to watch the entire documentary for free in the video description under this video. For our first session, we'll be discussing that documentary and talking about that. And you can also begin to read the book White Fragility if you haven't gotten that already. That link will also be below in the video description. And we'll be getting into the introduction through chapter 1 this week and next week. So if you can't get to reading those this week, or if your book hasn't arrived yet, we'll officially start next week with the book. But this week we'll start discussing that documentary 13th. And again, this is going to be a Zoom group. We will include the video link for that Zoom group in the video description also under this video. Well, that's all I've got for the announcements for you today. We sure do love and miss you all. We hope to see you all soon. Grace and peace. Bye for now. Everybody say goodbye, everyone.
Bye.